For the past 53 years, no rivalry in the state of Texas has been hard-fought and evenly contested than the border battle between the Deer Park Deer and the LaPorte Bulldogs. Here in 2014, this game will open up the District 21 6A schedule, and for the winner, an early leg up in the race for the playoffs. It's the 54th Border War. Deer Park, LaPorte, next. Welcome in, everybody, to the Legacy Sports Network Game of the Week. We are coming to you from Bulldog Stadium in LaPorte, Texas, site of the 54th Border Battle, as the LaPorte Bulldogs, 2-2 on this season, play host to the undefeated Deer Park Deer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you on the field here at Bulldog Stadium alongside former Texas Longhorn Ken Moore. I am Michael Silvers. Ken, let's begin with the LaPorte Bulldogs. 2-2 after non-district play. They come in tonight looking very eager to get back into the win column after taking one on the chin last week against the Woodlands, 49-3.
Yeah, they had a very tough ball game last week against the Woodlands, one of the top-ranked teams in the state, but it starts over tonight against their arch rival, the Deer Park Deer. They came up short last year in this ball game, lost in overtime, 14-7, so they have revenge on their minds tonight.
What a non-district run it was for the Deer Park Deer. They finished up 4-0. Now, if you go back to last week, the Deer fell behind 17-7 at the end of the first quarter against Oak Ridge, but came back to win 45-38.
Yeah, very good win for them last week. Showing some resolve getting down in that ball game, but showed some resiliency in being able to come back. But it all starts over tonight. They come in 4-0, but district play, everybody starts at 0-0. So the winner tonight has a leg up in that district race.
The atmosphere is absolutely awesome. What else would you expect? LaPorte, Deer Park, the 54th Border Battle is yours next on the LSN Game of the Week.
Thanks for all the savings with the discount double check. Gonna come in really handy with the baby.
You're all set. Let me make you a copy.
Ashley making copies, the Ashmeister.
Hi, Rich. This is Steve and Sandy.
Steve and Sandy and Steve-O Jr.
Actually, we're having a little girl. We're gonna name her Abigne Apollinaria.
Steve's kid. Steve and Sandy getting it done. More people-orama.
Making savings with a discount double check. State Farm.
The Deer make their entrance into enemy ground in LaPorte, Texas at Bulldog Stadium. Duncan McVeigh leading the way, and the home Stanley LaPorte Bulldogs looking to erase the memories of last week and their 49-3 loss at the hands of the Woodlands Highlanders. A packed house on hand. What else would you expect when it comes to the border battle? For more, let's go down to the field and join the third member of our team, Jeff Powell.
LaPorte head coach Chris Massey summed this game up with one word: intense. And it certainly has been intense, especially lately. Only 4 points difference in these two teams over the last 5 years. This series has gone back and forth. It's the 54th year they're playing it. The place is packed, 8,500 fans strong. I'll be bringing you reports down here on the field all night long. Back upstairs.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff. Ken, your thoughts? What do each team need to do to come away with an opening victory in District 21 6A tonight?
Well, it's really going to come down to the offense and defensive line. Both of these teams like to run the football. Both teams average over 280 yards per game on the ground. So it's really going to, the difference is going to, I believe, going to be between that Deer Park offensive front, can the LaPorte defensive front contain them, slow down that running game, and they're going to have to control time of possession with the Bulldogs.
Take a look at our referee, Mike Garcia, his crew working this 54th border battle. The Deer won the toss but deferred their option to the second half, and LaPorte We'll start on offense first.
It's an absolutely gorgeous night for football. Weather conditions 80 degrees at kickoff, partly cloudy skies. We do have a breeze down on the field out of the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Could come into play somewhat tonight. Don't expect it to be much of a factor.
Mentioned the 49-3 loss suffered by LaPorte against the Woodlands last week. Down on the field, asked head coach Jeff LaRoe, how quickly do you tell your team, hey, let's forget about it, let's put it past us and move on? He said 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. You know, once district play starts, and when you're going up against your arch rival in the district opener, it makes everything that happened in non-district play a non-factor. So LaPorte's going to be ready. We know the undefeated Deer is going to be ready. This one should be a great one here tonight.
How about District 21-6A? 3 teams after non-district, all undefeated, with the Deer, Baytown, Sterling, and Channelview all 4-0, with Sterling idle this week in this opener for District 21-6A. North Shore all the way at the bottom at 1-3.
Yeah, the district looks a little bit upside down when you look at it at Galena Park. North Shore 1-3. Of course, we had their game against Eunice Trinity last week. That's not something that they're used to over in Mustang country. But tonight, one of these teams is going to start district play 1-0, and they're going to have a leg up.
Britt Grant, Devon White back deep for LaPorte as Andres Hernandez will kick off the 54th border battle.
We are ready to rock at Bulldog Stadium.
And away we go. This will be White. Across the 20, over the 25, out to the 26. Not a bad return for Devon White. And LaPorte will begin on offense first. New offensive coordinator, Rod Frick. Quarterback is a sophomore, Austin Upshaw. He will lead the team out to the line of scrimmage for this first play. You see his numbers. Jeff LaRoe couldn't tell us during pregame when was the last time he had a sophomore start at quarterback for him. 299 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, completing over 58% of his passes. First play from scrimmage, Britt Grant on the fly sweep, and he is tackled immediately. Reese Raley on the stop for the Deer, and the game's first penalty marker flies.
Again, as we mentioned,
there's the offensive line. Logan Jackson, the center. And the aforementioned Britt Grant, as part of the backs and receivers, was held in check last week against the Woodlands, carrying the ball 6 times for only 17 yards.
It's 5 yard. It's like going to be a false start penalty or a legal procedure penalty against LaPorte. It was a short gain on the play. So now the Deer trying to decide if they want to take the 2nd and 10 or if they want to make it 1st and 15.
The Bulldogs coming into tonight, averaging over 370 yards. Mike Garcia is waved off the marker. It's a Deer defense allowing opponents 361.5 yards through 4 non-district games heading into this opener. 2nd down and 10, no gain for Grant on 1st down. Shotgun for Upshaw. Design keeper for the sophomore, another flag down. Upshaw forces his way to the 30-yard line, but we'll check the marker.
Pretty sloppy.
And this was thrown by the referee himself.
Yeah, pretty sloppy start to begin this one. This was going to be a holding penalty against LaPorte. Another decision. This time I think they will take the penalty, so it's going to make it 2nd down and 20. So 2 penalties right off the bat for LaPorte as we take a look at the Deer defense.
Reese Raley talked about the senior on the outside making the first tackle of the game in the secondary. 2 cornerbacks and a free safety, a new look.
Yeah, they play a lot of man-to-man defense.
2nd down and 20. Upshaw with a pass, left side. This is Grant. Britt Grant turns the corner and runs into Reese Raley. Driven down at the 24-yard line, picking up 7. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Bulldogs.
And This is a situation that the Bulldogs did not want to face early in this ball game. 3rd and long against a very strong Deer Park defense. But 2 penalties on the first 2 plays have put them behind the chains to begin this first period.
Upshaw was 14 of 19 for 98 yards, had 34 yards on the ground in the loss to the Woodlands last week. 3rd down and 13. For the Bulldogs, they'll scrimmage from their own 24. Upshaw under pressure, and the screen pass looking to go to Grant, nowhere near him. Good defensive pressure coming from the front of the Deer defensive line. It's 4th down.
Yeah, Gregory Vincent, big number 70, he read that screen all the way. As we take a look at it here, looked like it was set up well. You saw him grab the jersey. Actually should have been a holding penalty against Vincent, but he got away with it, and it's going to be 4th down for LaPorte. They'll have to kick it away. But an obvious hold, and the referees missed that penalty.
Kyle Jobe will punt it away. Seth Brown stands at his own 44-yard line. Personnel late coming on the field for LaPorte. Play clock down to 2, and the Bulldogs will have to spend their first timeout. Boy, all the things, all sorts of, just out of sorts right now.
Yeah, I think the guys may be a little too pumped up for this ball game right now. The adrenaline is going, the nerves are a little jittery. It's a sellout crowd here tonight.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Boats Etc., the ultimate boating experience. By Sullivan Wire Rope and Rigging Incorporated. By ESI, Employee Staffing Incorporated. Let's go down to the field again. Here's Jeff Power.
Hey, this season, Deer Park is wearing white helmets with the white uniforms when they're on the road. But one thing you might notice when they take the helmets off, blonde hair. The entire team dyed their hair blonde on Sunday, getting ready for this game. They are fired up and ready to go. Hey, coming up in just a little bit, we'll take you into the stands and find out what this deer corn all over the side of the field is all about. Back upstairs.
Jeff, why didn't you dye your hair blonde tonight?
We know there was a public address announcement sometime before the game about do not throw any more deer corn out on the field.
Well, you don't want to feed the deer. Especially if you're LaPorte student section, so.
End over end kick by Jobe. Punts it away from Seth Brown and gets a great bounce. He'll be spotted out at the 35-yard line. 41-yard punt by Jobe. And for the first time, we take a look at Chris Massey's Deer Park Deer on offense. It's an offense that is averaging over 456 yards per game this season. Quarterback is Cameron Thompson. He was a perfect 100% passer with a 100% completion percentage against Oak Ridge last week. 13 of 13, 232 yards and 3 touchdown passes, all to starting wide receiver Logan Berryhill. From the pistol, and a handoff to Sammy Linton, and he drives forward for a Deer first down to midfield.
Let's take a look at it here. Again, as you mentioned, out of the pistol, just a straight handoff over the left side, runs over the linebacker. Number 1, Hernandez, got driven backwards. Nice gain, first down, Deer.
Boy, did Chris Massey have great things to say about his 1-2 punch in the backfield during pregame. Sammy Linton, and behind him, Trey Farmer. Thompson, pass complete. Logan Berryhill inside the Bulldog 40, taken down at the 38 for a 12-yard pass play.
Well, Berryhill is their leading receiver on the season. He's has 10 receptions for 188 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Will Grillchrist anchoring that offensive line. We talked about Linton. Logan Berryhill caught a team-high 5 passes last week for 110 yards and 3 touchdowns against Oak Ridge in the 45-38 Deer win in come-from-behind fashion.
So quite a contrast between these 2 ball clubs to start. The Deer, 2 plays, 2 first downs. LaPorte, 2 plays, 2 penalties.
Linton takes it down to the 35, picking up 3 on the play, where he's tackled by Eric Kinzior. And a look at the LaPorte defense. Up front, DeLeon, Ferguson, and Bowen. They're the 3 across the defensive line. So far, they're getting pushed back. Linebackers, look out for Nathan Red on the outside. And in the secondary, Jeff Moreau said one of his best cover corners in a long time has been Vincent Chachery. On the rollout, second down, and a pass complete to the first down marker, Justin Passmore. That looks to be good for 7 yards and another Deer first down.
So the Deer mixing the run and the pass here early on in this first period. Cameron Thompson on the season completing over 84% of his passes, only 4 incompletions, no interceptions, 4 touchdowns on the season. He's had a tremendous start to the 2014 campaign.
He was a perfect 13 for 13 last week against Oak Ridge. He's continued that trend, 2 for 2 for 19 yards. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage set at the 28 in Bulldog territory. Whistle. Timeout taken by Chris Massey and the Deer. 8:49 remaining, opening quarter, no score, but the Deer are driving here in LaPorte.
That was quick.
This was you. You've been trying to get me to eat egg whites for years. You went and talked to McDonald's?
Oh, an egg white delight McMuffin.
Oh, I knew it.
The new Egg White Delight McMuffin. Freshly grilled egg whites and creamy white cheddar. Also available on any of your favorites. It's another new way to love McDonald's.
This is good.
Yeah, it's better than good.
Do you remember my latte?
Oh, yeah, but it's in the car.
That's good.
Look at the stands. Sellout crowd tonight at Bulldog Stadium.
It's an electric atmosphere. We were down on the field for pregame. The crowd was going crazy on both sides. There was lines outside the stadium about 2 hours before the game. The tickets were all sold out in advance. So unless you came here with the ticket, unfortunately, you won't see it live. You'll see it on our rebroadcast later.
Thompson is sacked and dropped. Clay Calhoun comes in to wrap up.
Yeah, you see it here from ground level. Good pressure up the middle. Forced him right into the waiting arms of big number 74, Clay Calhoun.
Second down and 12 for the Deer. On the play fake, Thompson on the keeper. And he will be stopped. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Bryson Rogers, number 1, leading the way, but there was a host of Bulldogs in on the stop of the junior quarterback.
Yeah, good job by LaPorte rallying to the football. Watch it here, just the inside zone read. Quarterback decides to keep it. But look at it, all the orange jerseys rallying to the football. They drop him for no gain. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Chance Marino, senior inside linebacker, along with Rogers and all the orange shirts, now force the Deer into 3rd down and 13 mode.
Look for Logan Berryhill at the top of the screen, or in motion.
Another play fake. Thompson on the run, throws, it's picked off by Rogers. The first interception thrown this season by Thompson. And a big play defensively by Bryson Rogers, senior strong safety.
Well, he had Berryhill came in motion. He had Berryhill open down near the 20-yard line. He tried to go to the underneath receiver. Watch it here, the little rollout. He'll try to go downfield, but look at Berryhill up by the marker, wide open for the first down. But the interception by Rogers brings it back the other way. LaPorte will take over 1st and 10 at their own 34.
LaPorte begin, as Ken mentioned, on the 34-yard line. Handoff right up the middle into a sea of traffic. And multiple flags are thrown after the play, after the run by Britt Grant of 3 yards.
Of course, both of these teams coming in with a lot of intensity tonight. The border rivalry, as they call it. Have some unsportsmanlike conduct against LaPorte. It's going to be offsetting against both teams.
Well, isn't that what a rivalry game is all about?
Absolutely. Except the coaches don't want to see it. Coaches don't want to see it on Friday night. It's good Monday through Thursday. That's fine. But when it comes Friday at 6:59 p.m., all of that has to stop, and you better get on the field and play football.
A run of 3 for Britt Grant. 7:14 remaining in this opening quarter. No score. 3 and out for LaPorte. Interception thrown by Cameron Thompson. It was picked off by Bryson Rogers. That's where we stand with 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Hand off to this side of the field. It's going to be a loss on the play, and
that Deer
yards
defense,
yards hard to come by.
Yeah, that Deer defense, they're going to be keying in on Britt Grant. He has over 561 yards, average over 8 yards per carry on the season. He's their bell cow along with Upshaw in the backfield. And they're going to be concentrating on number 24 and try to shut him down tonight.
Had well over 1,000 yards rushing last year as a junior. Was on the varsity as a sophomore 2 years ago. 3rd down and 8. Upshaw out of the gun. 4 down defensive lineman for the Deer. And on the run, throw complete. 3rd down is converted. David Terrebonne, the senior, with his 20th reception of the season. That's good for 13 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, that was a confusion in the Deer Park secondary. You see 2 defenders going to the left. That left the receiver wide open to the right. Makes the reception and the 1st down.
Terrebonne came in with 225 yards receiving, a pair of touchdowns. The Bulldogs move the chains, 1st down and 10 from their own 49. Back on the ground, Grant. Hit first by Rayleigh. Powers his way into Deer territory, taken down for a 2-yard gain at the 49.
Again, very short yardage. What Deer Park wants is to force LaPorte into these 2nd and 3rd and long situations. So far in the 2nd possession, LaPorte has been able to pick up their first down, looking for another.
Upshaw surveys the defense. Grant in motion. Upshaw on the fake. Upshaw just dives for a couple of more yards down to the 47. Robert Salcido comes in, listed behind George Gonzalez in the depth chart to make the stop, and now he's going to check out of the lineup.
Good job by Seth Brown coming up as well from his safety position and run support. So not a 3rd and long, another 3rd and long situation faces the Bulldogs on the Deer Park side of the 50.
Deer giving up 361.5 yards per game on 3rd down. Pass right side, complete. 1st down for the Bulldogs. Terrebonne again with his 2nd catch early here in the 1st quarter, covered by Salo Munoz.
As you mentioned, Terrebonne, their leading receiver on the season. It's his 2nd catch tonight, 21st on the season. He's their go-to guy on 3rd and long.
There's no doubt, Ken, he's his favorite target.
Absolutely, and the defense, they respect him as well. You see the distance between him and the cornerback. They're giving him about 7 to 8 yards off the line of scrimmage and a free release.
Inside 4.5 to play. And the give to Grant. Tries to get to the edge, but the Deer set the edge. Let's go down to Jeff Power.
Behind me, they're having a good time. In fact, they're wearing camouflage. You know why? Because these LaPorte fans are hunting deer, of course. They've been throwing corn, deer corn, out here along the sidelines, having some fun. Big rivalry, big game. Let's go back upstairs.
Indeed.
Yeah, I was down in front of that rowdy group before the game. They're throwing corn at me. Oh, boy.
2nd down and 9. I hope you didn't eat any of it.
I did not.
Keeper for Upshaw. Down inside the 30 to the 29. 7-yard pickup. Coming in to make the tackle, Seth Brown.
And Upshaw on the season as a rusher, also averaging 8 yards per carry, 52 carries, 421 yards on the season. So he can carry the rock as well as throw it.
Last year's game resulted for Deer Park 14-7 in overtime. Britt Grant in that game rushed for 44 yards. On third down and short, back on the ground, and Grant falls forward for another Bulldog first down. That is the third consecutive third down conversion on this drive for the Bulldogs.
Well, Mike, this is what we talked about in the pregame. What were going to be the keys to victory, especially for LaPorte. They were going to have to control the ball, control the time of possession. They had a shaky start to begin the game with a couple penalties. Now in this second possession after the interception, they've been able to settle down offensively.
Got a timeout on the field. As you look at the concern on the faces of the LaPorte fans here at Bulldog Stadium.
Yeah, one of the big hogs up front, a little shaken up on the play. Looks like that's going to be big number 70. You mentioned him earlier, Tyler Boudreaux, the big senior, as he hobbles off.
And we certainly hope everything's okay for the senior.
And not putting any pressure on that left leg, so hopefully he's just shaken up and they'll reload at that side of the line.
Medical staff of LaPorte High School, one of the best in the state. There's no doubt about that. First down and 10. Bulldogs down to the Deer 26-yard line. James Jacobs checks into the lineup. He is offset to the right of the sophomore Austin Upshaw. Upshaw will throw. Sling it over the middle for Terrebonne. It's off his fingertips. Munoz on the coverage, and he was beat by the senior David Terrebonne.
Pass just a little long from Upshaw that time. Good protection in the pocket. Fires it up and lets it go. Just a little long for Terrebonne. A way to take a shot downfield, try to loosen up that Deer Park defense. Keep them honest.
Mentioned the 14-7 overtime victory for Deer Park last year. LaPorte had victories in 2012 and 2011. Upshaw on the play action and on the zone read play, fakes on the sweep. Flag is thrown by Mark Garcia as Upshaw carries it down inside the 20.
I think we're going to have another holding penalty, this time against big number 72, Casey Motley.
And that killed their drive and their possession on their opening possession tonight.
Yep, absolutely. And it hurts particularly when you get down near the red zone. So instead of facing like a third and short, now you're looking at 2nd and 20.
Last week against the Woodlands, the Bulldogs were penalized 6 times for 39 yards. They've already been penalized twice tonight in the first quarter for 20 yards.
Again, trying to handle that big, strong front of Deer Park. Sometimes you grab a little jersey, and that's what happened right there.
From the 36, it's 2nd down and 20. 4 receivers in the lineup. Upshaw hit as he throws. The ball will fall incomplete. He was aiming for Terrebonne. He was coming from Race Rayleigh. Boy, what a start to his defensive night. Number 94 for the Deer.
Yeah, Rayleigh goes 215 pounds, and he's quick. He sheds the blockers, puts the pressure on in the backfield, forces the early release. Now it's 3rd and very long for LaPorte.
3rd and 19.
.245 remaining in the first quarter. No score.
11th play of this drive coming up. They've had the football for 5 minutes.
Screen pass over the head of Jacobs this side of the field. Probably wouldn't have gone much further than that. Number 25, Ryan Paget, senior on the outside, and that linebacker core was tracking him down, had him in his crosshairs.
And as you mentioned, that penalty really derailed this drive, really set them back, forced them into a 3rd and long, 2nd and long situation. Now they'll have to kick it away as they'll try to pin Deer Park deep inside the 10.
Seth Brown stands at his own 10.
Oh, snap.
Angles it to the corner. And the Bulldogs will let it roll all the way down to the 2. Timeout. 2:32 remaining in the first quarter. No score.
Quality
art at affordable prices at the Crow's Nest Art Gallery. They are widely acclaimed as the top source in the Houston area for authentic Indian art. Whether you are looking for traditional artwork or contemporary and traditional jewelry, their selection has something for everyone. Their art gallery features an extensive collection of Native American jewelry and art. Stop by the gallery and see their selection or call 281-471-4371 for more information.
Shadow of their own end zone. It's a handoff from the 2-yard line. Linton takes it out to the 6. Coming in to make the tackle, Clay Calhoun. Linton, 3 carries early on, 19 yards. As the Deer try to escape the shadow of their own end zone after a 24-yard punt by Kyle Jobe. Holding call, negating what was a fabulous drive. Essentially killed it. High snap, the turn, and the handoff to Linton. In traffic, gets a yard out to the 12.
Linton getting a bulk of the work here tonight. Carrying the football, comes in only 17 carries, 140 yards. He has an average of over 8 yards per carry. So they want to try to feature him tonight against this Bulldog defense.
Deer had non-district wins against Dobie, Brazos Wood, Clear Creek. Last week they were down 17-7 after the first quarter in Conroe against Oak Ridge before coming back to defeat the War Eagles 45-38. On 3rd down and 6, a pass complete. Logan Berryhill with his 2nd catch of the night. First down to the 22, a pass play of 15 yards.
Again, Berryhill's their go-to guy. This pass nearly deflected by the defensive end just over his outstretched arms into the waiting hands of Berryhill. Picks up the first down across the 20.
Thompson 3 for 3, 34 yards, but had the interception that killed the Deer's first possession that was getting closer and closer to the red zone. Bryson Rogers with the interception. Ethan Plunkett checks into the lineup. He is lined up to the bottom of your screen. First down and 10 for the Deer on their own 23. Handoff. Linton straight ahead to the 29.
You see Deer Park attacking right at this 3-4 defense of LaPorte. 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 4 in the secondary. As they try to derail this Deer Park team as we go under 20 seconds remaining here in the first period. A scoreless ball game.
The Deer don't have to run another play. Play clock at 16, game clock at 7 for the first quarter. But they will. Design run on the zone read. First down for Thompson. And that concludes the first quarter of play with a 5-yard run by Cameron Thompson. We'll step aside, return for the second quarter in just a moment. This is the Legacy Sports Network Game of the Week.
If you're anything like most Texans, you're always on the go. Good thing First Community Credit Union's mobile app makes it easy to do my banking anywhere, anytime. I have Texans checking, even mobile deposits, and text banking. Join me on the FCCU winning team. Go online today and experience a first-rate difference.
Be a part of the team. Sign up for Texans Checking today. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans and personal choice of Brian Cushing.
Bulldog Stadium, falling under the night sky. Ken Moore, Michael Silvers, Jeff Howard down on the field. Welcome to the 54th border battle. After 1, no score. Deer first down and 10. They'll scrimmage from their own 35-yard line after a 5-yard run by Cameron Thompson to close out the first 12 minutes.
Quick look at some first quarter stats. Time of possession in that first period. LaPorte had the football 6 minutes, 18 seconds. Deer Park, 5 minutes, 42 seconds.
Linton gets the handoff. Trying to get to the edge and cut it upfield, then he is run into.
First downs in that first period. Deer Park had 5, LaPorte with 3.
Devon White and Lane Pfeiffer double up on the tackle. Linton gains 2.
Penalties were major for LaPorte. 2 big penalties for 20 yards. The huge one, the 10-yard holding penalty when they were driving near the red zone of Deer Park midway through that first period.
Pistol for Thompson. Linton behind him. Handoff, and Linton in trouble. And down he goes. Nowhere to go, Denouse Ferguson. Tackles him for a loss back at the 31-yard line. That's a loss of 6.
It's going to be a huge third down coming up now. And again, you see a lot of orange rallying to the football, all in pursuit of Linton, and they drag him down by his jersey. 3rd and long now for Deer Park.
So far, Thompson 3 for 3, 34 yards. Interception picked off by Bryson Rogers. They need to get to the 45 for a first down. Passing down here for Thompson and the Deer. Pass up the seam is deflected at the line and almost intercepted.
Nearly coming up with the pick. Looks like that was number 26, Terrell Bernard. That would have been a huge turnover for LaPorte.
First incomplete pass thrown by Cameron Thompson since the victory on September 12th against Clear Creek. We see Brandon McRae for the first time, ready to deliver the punt. Low snap. Wobbly kick, the from Britt Grant and down by the Deer at the 32-yard line. 37-yard punt.
37 on the punt, 0 on the return. They'll mark it at the 33. That's where Lamarck will set up for their 3rd possession of the night. Scoreless ball game, 1st and 10.
And another injured Bulldog. Down back at the Deer Park 20.
And for LaPorte so far tonight, their first possession, as we mentioned, began very shaky. 2 penalties, only 1 accepted. They went 3 and out, punted it away, but their last possession, they held it for 4 minutes, 52 seconds. Had a nice 12-play drive, but it was stalled by a penalty as well.
You know, if you turn to your left here in the booth and you look at the Texas Football Magazine Top 25 entering Week 4, you have a lot of one-loss teams. Teams like Cedar Hill, Cibolo Steel, Katy, Denton Geyer, the Woodlands, just name a few. The Deer are undefeated, but nowhere near the top 25.
Well, and a lot of that goes to perception, you know, level of competition that they played so far. So, you know, they'll earn their stripes, though.
We'll step aside and return in just a moment. You're on the LSN Game of the Week. No score.
McDonald's Dollar Menu just keeps getting better. Introducing the all-new mouth-watering grilled onion cheddar burger, topped with melty white cheddar and caramelized onions. Plus all your tasty favorites for just $1 each. Every day, as always, there's a lot to love for a little on McDonald's Dollar Menu.
Thanks for all the savings with the discount double check. Gonna come in really handy with the baby.
You're all set. Let me make you a copy.
Ashley making copies, the Ashmeister.
Hi, Rich. This is Steve and Sandy.
Steve and Sandy and Steve-O Jr.
Actually, we're having a little girl. We're gonna name her Bigne Apollinaria.
Steve's kid. Steve and Sandy getting it done. More people-orama.
Making savings with a discount double check. State Farm.
timeout here at Bulldogs Stadium as one of the Bulldogs is receiving treatment down on the field and they're bringing the card out for him. And obviously, Ken, it's not something that you want to see.
No, absolutely. A guy shaking up on the field. It's been a very physical ball game so far this far. Scoreless ball game as we begin the opening stages of the second quarter. Both teams going at it really hard defensively, and the offense is kind of having some problems getting in the end zone.
No score yet, but who would you give the edge to?
Definitely LaPorte right now. They've controlled the ball for the most part. They had a slight edge in time of possession in that first period. Started to settle down after they had some problems in the opening moments with penalties, so they're starting to settle in and start to develop a flow.
And Deer Park were driving in their opening possession, converting third downs, getting great efficiency from their quarterback Cameron Thompson until Bryson Rogers picked them off.
Yeah, and that was just a poor read that time on that pass play. He had his wide receiver wide over at the first down marker, tried to go to the underneath route, the safe route, but it turned into a pick. Luckily, it wasn't a pick six.
And the Deer are they're just punted away. So LaPorte going to get the ball again for their third offensive possession. What would you like to see them do here?
Well, I think they're going to have to continue to pound at the offensive line of scrimmage. As you see the big fella, Clay Calhoun, as he's going to be headed into the locker room, and we'll try to get a report on him a little bit later, maybe after halftime. We'll see what Jeff can find out. But as far as this drive begins, you got 10:32 to go here. What you don't want is any turnovers, and you want to try to eliminate the penalties that have really hurt you on the first two possessions.
Perhaps a rallying cry for the Bulldogs. As you see number 74 taking a ride, giving a thumbs up to his fans and the student body here at LaPorte High School. They begin first down and 10 from their own 33, and a screen pass Britt Grant up the sideline and hit hard by Dylan Hanson. Out to the 41-yard line goes Grant on his first reception of the night, gaining 7 on the play.
Of course, they're going to try to get Grant involved in the offense in many different areas. They want to try to get him out in space. That time he was able to pick up a nice gain, pick up 8 yards on first down. Second and short for one of the few times tonight.
I beg your pardon, that's his second reception of the night. 2 catches, each for 7 yards. And he lines up behind splitting Chris Green on the near side of the field. Second down and Upshaw carries straight up the middle of the field and gets a first down. Out to the 45.
And that's the recipe for success that Coach Jeff LaRue wants. Nice play on first down. That way you can have a safe running play on second down, move the chains, and keep the clock going.
Offensive coordinator is Rod Frick. Casey Taylor, former offensive coordinator. A couple of new coordinators recent times here at LaPorte High School. Dusty McGee was the former defensive coordinator, position now held by Buck Woolen. From the 45, first down and 10. Trips formation up top. Keeper for Upshaw, and he is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. And that was number 28, Eric Benavides. Great things. You know, Coach Massey said Blake Stevenson and Dylan Hanson, 2 inside linebackers, have done really well, but he was not hesitant to say good things about the senior Benavides on the outside.
Well, he just made a heck of a play right there, because if he doesn't make that play, that's going to be a long gainer by Upshaw.
Second down, quick pass is thrown behind Chris Green.
There's a flag.
You have a penalty marker down indeed.
Looks like it may be an illegal man downfield. I think maybe the big tackle got downfield blocking a little before the pass play.
Well, we've seen laundry on the turf in abundance thus far in the first half.
I don't think Deer Park may decline this penalty, force a third down. Official a little
They
confused.
work very hard. I'm not going to make a lie. They make mistakes too. They get confused. But not on the call, just explaining it to
Yeah,
Coach.
there you go.
He understands he's on television.
So they did decline that penalty, so it's going to be third and long for LaPorte.
6th third down of the first half. They need to get to the Deer 45. Grant's in the lineup, offset to the right of Austin Upshaw. Terrebonne to the bottom of your screen to the short side of the field. Screen pass, Grant. Needs a good tackle here, and he does get that tackle. Does defensive coordinator Dan Swaim, as Eric Benavides just talked about him a moment ago, stops Grant for a reception of 4 yards.
Well, the advantage that Deer Park has is that they can only rush 4. Watch the 4-man rush here. That allows the linebackers to drop into coverage against the tailback, and he's one-on-one. Now, great tailback, you have to make that defender mix. Grant is good. I don't know about great. Benavides won the battle on those last 2 plays.
Job will punt it away. Beautiful kick. Deer will let it bounce, and what a stop! Oh, and they just could not prevent it from going out of bounds, or going into the end zone, I should say. How about the effort from number 4 down on special teams, Kevin Busby?
That's what you want to see on special teams. Those guys running, hustling downfield, and that's where you earn your spot on a football team. As he tried to pin the Deer deep, just got into the end zone. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 20.
It was Woody Martinez who couldn't keep it from going back into the end zone. There's Coach Massey. Came to Deer Park after winning a state championship as the offensive coordinator for the Katy Tigers in 2003. And he has enjoyed his time ever since as the head boss at Deer Park High School. And they begin on the first down from the 20, and the new back in the game is Trey Farmer. Farmer has carried the ball 45 times coming in, 253 yards, a touchdown, and he had 65 yards on 11 carries in the win over Oak Ridge last week. He picks up 2.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Talk about 32, Eric Kinzer.
Of course, you saw Chris Massey a second ago. That wasn't his only state championship for Katy High School as an assistant to Mike Johnston, the legendary head coach out west. Back on the ground to Farmer as he lowers his shoulder, takes tacklers with him to the 28-yard line, gaining 6. It'll be 3rd down and short, 3rd down and manageable for the Deer.
Yeah, Farmer, the big bruising senior. He's had a few ball games in his career where he's been able to rumble over 100 yards. He's 3rd on the depth chart now.
Farmer last year in the win over LaPorte in this game had 70 yards on 20 carries and a 3-yard touchdown run. 7.5 to play, no score here in the second quarter, 3rd down and 3. The Deer will scrimmage from their own 28. Give it back to Farmer on the ground, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Kanoss Ferguson in on the stop along with junior linebacker Nathan Red.
Good penetration that time by the LaPorte linebackers, filling the gaps, making the stop on 3rd and short against the big bruiser Farmer, and that's going to force Deer Park into another punting situation. So a quick 3 and out for the LaPorte defense.
Gray back out for punt number 2. His first one went 37 yards. Britt Grant back deep for LaPorte. This can be returnable. Taken from the 37-yard line. Grant makes one man miss. Flag is thrown. A couple of flags down. Grant gets a great block. Takes it across to the 30. He's got a convoy. Britt Grant to the end zone. Touchdown, but will it count?
Nope, it will not. 35 yards on the punt, but it's coming back.
It's a 63-yard kick, or excuse me, a 63-yard punt return for a touchdown. The officials talking about it. And as Ken mentioned, he's predicting some bad news. It's all coming back.
There's 2 flags. There's one down here on the near side at the LaPorte 41, and then there's another downfield at the Deer Park 38.
See what a former football player can spot right off the bat, folks.
Well, it was exciting for the fans, if nothing else. But unfortunately for the Bulldogs, they're going to be starting deep in their own territory. 6:19 to go here, first period.
And the officials are still sorting it out.
It may be.
Now, tonight's game is being brought to you in part by the Walk-Up Company, Metal Fabricators. By Crow's Nest Art Gallery, museum quality at affordable prices. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by Houston Methodist San Jacinto Hospital, leading medicine in Baytown and East Houston. One illegal block in the back, declined. One illegal block in the back, accepted. 10-yard penalty on the Porte. 3 penalties in this first half called on Jeff LaRoe's team, 30 yards.
Yeah, but the net result of those penalties is much greater than the actual yardage gain. Touchdown off the board there. But without the penalty, he probably doesn't score because he probably gets tackled.
Quick pass, Upshaw. Jumping for it, making the leaping grab, David Terrebonne stopped just short of the 39-yard line. Let's go down to Jeff.
Brett Grant on the return there for Laporte. He's got so many moves, they call him the joystick. The fans love to watch him play. 3-year starter on varsity, returns, punts, kickoffs. Watch out for him tonight, obviously. Back upstairs.
They're trying to make him a focal point. He's been a focal point all season long for the offense of the Laporte Bulldogs. 2nd down and 3. Play fake to Grant. Upshaw on the keeper. Flag is thrown. Upshaw down at the 45. That's Benavides on the tackle for the Deer defensively.
Chop block.
Unbelievable. Is it anything that the Deer are doing up front, forcing these penalties called on the Laporte offense?
Well, they're just so physical. We'll see if we can pick this one up. Really couldn't tell there where it was, but that front four of Deer Park is so physical up front, it really causes a lot of problems for any offensive line that they face. And with Laporte, you have the problem if you're double teaming, which I think is what happened there. If you're engaged, you cannot have another lineman or another back go low at the same defensive player that's engaged in a block. So I believe that's what happened there, and that's a major penalty all the way back inside the 25.
5:44 remaining in the first half. Still no score between these two rivals in the 54th border battle. Laporte lead the series all-time 27-25-1. Pass, throw, and the catch is made by Chris Green at the 35-yard line. On the coverage, Dylan Hansen out to the 35-yard line. 11 yards on the pass play.
And for Green, his 3rd reception of the season, he's averaging 18 yards a catch. Picks up a nice chunk on that one. Makes it 3rd and 6, 12-yard reception. So now they have a manageable situation here on the 35-yard line as we go under 5 minutes to go in a scoreless first half.
Upshaw has hit his last 4 passes. The last one to Chris Green. 3rd down and long. Upshaw decides to keep it. After the play fake to Grant in motion, he gets up just 2 yards. And the Deer hold on defense and will force the Bulldogs to kick.
Well, he ran right into the waiting arms of the big defensive end, Michael Bruton of Deer Park. And you get into the arms of that big fella, you're not going much further.
This will be the 4th punt for Kyle Jobe here in the first half. Punts of 41, 24, and 31 yards. That last punt actually went 51, but since it went into the end zone, you take 20 off. Pressure comes. Jobe late getting the kick off, but he unleashes a beautiful kick and a muff by Brown. The ball is loose, and the Bulldogs have recovered at the Deer 26. Flag down, though, at the 25 in Laporte territory.
47 yards on the punt.
But will it matter? On the turnover,
it may have been roughing the kicker.
Jobe is getting helped off the field, off camera.
I think the fumble will stand.
That'll be the 2nd turnover if it does stand.
Let's see here if they got any contact with the punter. Oh, yeah, they clobbered him. We have a party in the backfield, and all the Deer Park special team members are invited. So, yeah, they'll add that on to the end of the fumble return.
Caleb Longoria on the recovery from the muff punt. Seth Brown called for a fair catch, had bodies around him, did not see it through. And Mike Garcia having a conversation with LaPorte head coach, the bearded Jeff LaRoe. Began his tenure at LaPorte High School as a head coach in 2005. He has been at LaPorte High School a total of 31 years. First down for the LaPorte Bulldogs. They will have it on the Deer 26 after the muff punt by Seth Brown. The Deer turned it over twice in their win over Oak Ridge last week.
This is a huge opportunity now for LaPorte. You have to capitalize and come away with points, as Deer Park provides you with a break.
4:01 remaining in the first half, no score. Second takeaway for the Bulldogs tonight. The first was a Bryson Rogers interception off Cameron Thompson. Handoff, Britt Grant. Turns it upfield. Ooh. Still on his feet as another flag is thrown at the 21-yard line. Grant inside the 20.
I think that's going to be a face mask. Just go down to Jeff Power, see what he sees. Jeff?
Number 74, Clayton Calhoun, injury update for you. Right ankle injury, out for the remainder of this first half, of course, but second half still to be determined. He's a big part of this LaPorte team. Plays offensive line, defensive line, and was hurt on. That hurts. Back upstairs.
All right, Jeff, thanks a lot for that update. And it was a face mask, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal against Deer Park. So now it's going to be first and goal at the 9.
From the shotgun, Grant lines up in a slot left. He goes in motion. Play fake. Upshaw. Hit and hit hard. Blake Stevenson, first tackle of the night for the junior inside linebacker, as Upshaw gets it down to just short of the 5.
Again, that time they faked the jet sweep to Grant. Upshaw tried to fool him going to the left. Good defensive support that time by the Deer defense, second and goal.
The tight end, Jason Dykstra, lines up to the right side. Shotgun split backs. And a look over to the LaPorte sideline for the play call.
Man-to-man coverage on both outside receivers.
Second and goal. Handoff, Grant. The Deer defense set the edge, and Grant is stopped at the 4.
Excellent run support by the cornerback that time, Munoz, over here on the near side, as he was able to shake off the block of Chris Green, come up and run support and make the stop. That's going to be third and goal for the Dogs.
This Deer defense has been very stingy along the edges so far. So third down and goal for the Bulldogs, trying to capitalize on the Seth Brown muff punt. Simon's giving to the offensive line. Grant sets up behind Upshaw out of the pistol. Third and goal. Grant tries to take it to the outside, and he lunges down to the 1. Looks like the ball came loose as well.
I think he was down by contact.
So Grant can only muster the 2-yard line. Fourth down for the Bulldogs.
Decision time here for Coach LaRoe.
The field goal unit's going to come out in the form of Cesar Silva. Another look at the run by Grant. And again, the Deer just not allowing Grant or any Bulldog runner to get to the edge here in the first half tonight. Silva will try from 29 yards out to give the Bulldogs a 3-0 lead. He kicked a 31-yarder last week against the Woodlands for the only Bulldog points in their 49-3 loss. Kick is blocked, and we remain scoreless. What do you know? Another marker is thrown. And we'll see if maybe there was something illegal from the Deer that allowed them to block the kick.
Excellent penetration that time.
Deer say the
by
penalty
Deer
flag
Park.
is going to be called on the Bulldogs.
Wow.
Well, that's the initial reaction from the Deer. May have been Michael Bruton got a hand on it. He had a look at the bleach blonde hair of the Deer football players, as Jeff mentioned at the top of our broadcast.
I believe these officials are going to run out of ink and paper with all of the notes they've been taking tonight. And you see coming in for the block.
That was Brown. That was Brown. He makes up. He atones for his muffed punt.
There may be a penalty there on the volleyball bat by the kicker after his kick was blocked.
The officials trying to sort it out.
He'll just bat it into the end zone. But nevertheless, Deer Park
would that
comes
be an
up with
instance of illegal touching? I don't think so.
You know, I have to go deep into the high school rule book for that one. I think
maybe an illegal forward pass. I don't understand, but I guess we're going to get the confirmation. Nah, never mind. It's just holding. Penalty obviously declined. The Deer will take over after the blocked field goal, which pleases Chris Massey with 93 seconds remaining until halftime. That's been a first half of some missed opportunities. Penalties have killed Laporte, and turnovers have plagued Deer Park.
They charged him with a personal foul on the field goal. So that instead of at the 20, Deer Park will start at their own 35. So that will give them good field position. But as you mentioned, a little over a minute and a half to go here in the first half. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see if Cameron Thompson can deliver a little magic. Try to put his team in scoring position.
Laporte's non-district run saw wins over Clearbrook and Clear Springs. 3-point loss to the Bel Air Cardinals in last week's 49-3 loss against the Woodlands. Woodlands ranked 19th in the state. Shotgun for Thompson has Farmer alongside, and the pass is almost picked off on the other side by Vincent Chatchery. Would have been his second pick and off to the races for 6.
Oh, Chatchery saw a bunch of green grass in front. Watch him jump the route, roll out left, and he just jumps the route and he drops it. I mean, that's a pick 6 in his basket.
Chris Story, the intended target. Isaac Bonus in the lineup now, and he will get the carry straight up the middle of the field. Takes it up the gut, takes it out to the 41, a pickup of 6. Bonus, his first run.
See the Laporte coaching staff.
Bonus with 37 rushing attempts coming in, 234 yards and 4 touchdowns. 6th third down of the first half for the Deer. We come down to a minute to play in the second quarter.
Porte can get a stop. They may have an opportunity themselves to get some points.
Back on the ground to Bonus.
See if they'll use one of their 2 timeouts here to try to get the football back.
Reaches the 43-yard line, tackled by Chance Moreno. Both teams with timeouts remaining, each with 2, but neither Jeff LaRoe or Chris Massey eager to take one of them.
Yeah, surprised Coach LaRoe wouldn't take one there. Force Deer Park to punt. And you get the ball back in decent field position. Now they'll call a timeout.
This is on 4th down. A step aside, late here in the second quarter. Still no score.
Hey, look,
He's the State Farm guy.
Yeah, and he's discount double checking.
Hans and Franz?
Surprise.
Well, here's another surprise for you. Muzzle. Hear me now and believe me later. You pumped up our wallets with the discount double checking, so we want to repay the favor and pump you up.
Sorry, what?
Pull us, you flabby loser!
You'll thank us later.
That's right. Double check your diet.
Yeah. Roll your boat.
Gently down the loser stream.
That's what I'm talking about.
Doesn't this hurt?
Not with those puny arms.
You don't just lift dumbbells, you drink them. No, come on.
That's right. Feel it.
Hello, muscles.
The whole thing?
Yeah, when you're finished, you can eat this up too. Congratulations, Aaron.
You earned the suit. It's a start.
Yeah, not bad.
Really?
Pump up your savings with a discount double check.
Hi. Nice block, Adams.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Welcome back to Bulldogs Stadium. Punt once again by Brandon McRae all the way down to the 9-yard line.
44 yards on the kick, 0 on the return. 11 seconds to go here before halftime. I'd imagine Laporte will just take a knee.
I think that would be a fair assumption. So likely a knee taken, and for the first time under center is Austin Upshaw. And the knee is taken, and that'll wrap up this first half, which has been absolutely scoreless. Both teams have had their chances. Both teams had their opportunities. Both teams with some self-inflicted wounds as we go down to Jeff Power, who's standing by with Laporte head coach Jeff LaRoe.
It's now from Laporte, 0-0. Defensive struggle with your rivalry. The special teams play, the touchdown that's called back on a penalty.
A mistake on special teams. You know, we've had some opportunities. We had a chance to kick the field goal down there and be up. And we just got to do a better job in the second half.
Overall, pleased with what you've seen with the team so far?
Yeah. I mean, with the injuries, we're having to sub guys in, so that's been pretty difficult on us.
Thanks, Coach Lou. Appreciate it. Back upstairs.
We're at halftime here at Bulldog Stadium. What else would you expect from the border battle between Deer Park and Laporte? No score. And this is the LSN Game of the Week.
That was quick.
This was you. You've been trying to get me to eat egg whites for years. You went and talked to McDonald's?
Oh, an egg white delight McMuffin.
Oh, I knew it.
The new Egg White Delight McMuffin. Freshly grilled egg whites and creamy white cheddar. Also available on any of your favorites. It's another new way to love McDonald's.
This is good.
Yeah, it's better than good.
Do you remember my latte?
Oh, yeah, but it's in the car.
That's good.
Back here at Bulldog Stadium, halftime in this 54th border battle between the Deer Park Deer and the Laporte Bulldogs. No score after 24 minutes. Alongside Ken Moore, I'm Michael Silvers. Ken, self-inflicted wounds by both teams. For Laporte, it's penalties. For Deer Park, it's turnovers.
Yeah, pretty much that's it in a nutshell. A scoreless game here at the half, and both teams have hurt themselves with mistakes. As you mentioned, Laporte, I believe 5 penalties, 60 yards in that first half. Deer Park, a couple of turnovers. Laporte also had a field goal block near the end of the half. So both teams shooting themselves in the foot as we take a look at the halftime stats.
Yeah, you see the third down efficiency favoring Laporte, the penalties opposite the turnovers. Both teams actually with 92 overall offensive yards. So Deer Park get the ball to start the third quarter. How do they set the tone?
Well, I think what they want to do is establish the running game. They want to get that on track. They really trailed in time of possession in that first half. They only had the ball for 7 minutes, 45 seconds compared to over 16 minutes for Laporte. So Laporte really dominated the ball. They just couldn't go in and get to any points.
For more, let's go down to the field and Jeff Power.
Just spoke with Chris Massey, the head coach over at Deer Park, said they've got to win the line of scrimmage in the second half. They've only managed 75 total yards in this game. That's not going to get it done, especially against your rival in a 0-0 game. Let's go back upstairs.
No truer words spoken than that of Deer Park head coach Chris Massey at halftime. No score after 24 minutes. The Deer will have it on offense first. Cesar Silva has his team lined up and is ready to get this second half underway.
Well, momentum will be big here to begin the second half. We saw it last week when Euless Trinity came out with a touchdown to begin the second half against North Shore that really changed the complexion of that ball game. We'll see who has the big momentum shift here in the second half tonight.
Paul Martinez on the return to the 24-yard line. That was on the first play of the third quarter as well. Tyler Nate to Isaiah Runnels. 72 yards on the first play from scrimmage in the second half.
In the second period here tonight, Deer Park only had the football for 2 minutes and 3 seconds of that second period compared to Laporte, who had it for nearly 10 minutes. Deer Park had 5 first downs in that first half, all in the first period.
Bonas begins the second half as the running back, and he gets it off the edge, left side. Bonas close to a first down. Kevin Busby on the tackle for the for the Bulldogs. A solid run of 9 yards.
But they want to try to get some speed on the edges here to begin this third period. They pick up a nice gain on first down. Bonas on the season leads the team in touchdowns with 3, averaging over 6.5 yards per carry.
After the win over Oak Ridge, Chris Massey was quoted about his offensive line playing really well right now, and I think we're really good at the running backs position, and when you can put fresh legs in there in the fourth quarter, it means a lot to your team. And he's absolutely right. He has 3 capable running backs with Linton, Farmer, and Bonas, and that could come up really big in the fourth frame.
And you add on the running capability of Cameron Thompson as well, who averages nearly 6 yards on the ground himself as the quarterback. So you have 4 legitimate ball carriers in that backfield.
He also said that he felt the offensive line took control of the game in the second half. When we needed a score, we got one and burned a lot of clock. We'll see if the same holds true here tonight on the road. Once again, the second time in 2 weeks, the Deer on the road as Thompson gets no gain on his keeper.
Yeah, good collapse that time by Nathan Reed on the edge. And Nathan Reed on the edge, the junior linebacker, coming in to make that play. Drops him for a 1-yard loss.
Second down and 10. See what Nolan Patterson, the offensive coordinator for Deer Park, dials up here. Somebody who's been held in check, Duncan McVeigh, the Deer tight end, 5 receptions last week for 75 yards. He hasn't even had a target so far tonight. Here's Bonas on the delay. Wrapped up at the shoelaces at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, trying to run against that 3-4 defense of the Bulldogs. They played it very well so far here tonight as Laporte.
Moreno on the tackle, senior linebacker.
Third down play coming up now, 3rd down 7.
Story lines up to the top of your screen. Bottom of your screen is Berryhill. Berryhill with a pair of receptions back in the first half. Thompson looks left all the way, throws on the slant, complete. Chris Story for a first down at the 45-yard line.
And that was just over the outstretched hands of Nathan Red. Watch it here. Watch Red in coverage. The linebacker, great pass over the linebacker in front of the defensive back. Perfect throw, first down.
6th reception of the season for Story. First down and 10 after the third down conversion, the second of the night for the Deer. Bonus still the running back, Berryhill in motion. Keeper for Thompson on the zone read. Cuts it back into the middle of the field, reaches Bulldog territory, picking up 7 down to the 48.
Good run support that time by the safety, Kevin Busby, coming up to make the stop. But not after a strong gain on first down by Thompson, picks up 7.
Thompson really not known for his running prowess, only 66 yards coming in. Passmore checks into the lineup, as does Ethan Plunkett, and a timeout taken and burned by the LaPorte Bulldogs. Another early timeout taken by Jeff LaRoe and the LaPorte Bulldogs. Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Boats Etc., the ultimate boating experience. By Sullivan Wire Rope and Rigging Incorporated. By ESI Employee Staffing Incorporated. By the Walk-Up Company, Metal Fabricators. By Crow's Nest Art Gallery, museum quality at affordable prices. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by Houston Methodist San Jacinto Hospital, leading medicine in Baytown and East Houston. And by Mr. Electric, expert electrical service. Give them a call today, 281-919-2130. So the timeout taken, another early timeout, Ken, taken by the Bulldogs. One in each half.
Yeah, absolutely. They went into the locker room with 2 timeouts remaining there in the first half. That one really didn't hurt, but when you're in a scoreless game, a tight ball game like this one, those timeouts could become critical as we get deeper into this ball game.
Out of the timeout, second down and 3 for the Deer. They'll scrimmage on the Bulldog 48. Bonus. Off right guard, close to the first down. Linesmen come in from either side, and it looks like he has it.
And that's Busby again coming up to make the stop.
Needed 4, got 4.
Yeah, the lineman doing a good job getting to the second level on the linebackers, forcing the safety to come up and make the hit. And not before the Deer pick up another first down on this possession. Keep getting that safety running up. You may surprise him with a play-action pass over the top.
Thompson waggles to his left, throws, complete. That's the tight end, McVeigh. First catch of the night, it's good for 13, and a Deer first down.
Well, Johnny on the spot, just as we mentioned it. The safety's coming up in run support. Now watch the play fake here, freezes the safety, Busby, and he's the one trailing on the reception. Excellent call by the offensive coordinator for Deer Park, picking up on that tendency, and they pick up a first down.
9th catch of the season for McVeigh. 155 yards, came in just under 18 yards a catch so far through 4 games in 2014. The delay to bonus, and he is pulled down and thrown down to the ground from behind by Denelse Ferguson.
Great penetration that time by Ferguson. Watch him lined up in the 3 technique. Just gets great penetration between the guard and center. Nearly got a horse collar. No call by the ref. Excellent stop in the backfield.
8:16 remaining in the third quarter, no score. Looks like we have a flag down, and that could be that tackle. It was hard to spot the flag on the far side of the field with players hiding it and all, but the officials, led by referee Mike Garcia, talking things over.
I don't know if I've ever seen so many pens and notepads on.
And the Deer called for unsportsmanlike conduct. Chris Massey, you see him on your screen, wants an explanation. Some untimely penalties. That trend continuing here. Now the Deer Park Deer, they only had 1 penalty for 13 yards back in the first half, and this is a big one that drives them all the way back into their own end.
It's a big 15-yard penalty, so you tack that on to the 3-yard loss. You know, that's 18 yards in the wrong direction. It's going to be second down and half a mile.
First down markers at the 23 in Bulldog territory. Three receivers employed. Check it 4.
Second and 28. Second and 28.
Screen pass. Well scouted. Tommy Mesa checks in. Takes it to the 48. Just a 3-yard pass play.
Busby with another tackle on this drive. He's been huge here to begin this third period. 4 tackles already on this possession. Now for LaPorte.
Third down and 24. What will the Deer, I mean, not many plays in the playbook for third and 24. Pistol for Thompson on the play action. Fires it over the middle, sliding to make the catch right at the first down marker, Logan Berryhill. Devon White on the coverage. It'll be good to move the chains. First down, Deer.
Well, you asked for a play, and they went to their primary target, Berryhill. You see the play action, and he just goes on a seam route. Low throw, but a perfect throw allows Berryhill, where only he could make the reception, goes underneath the defender. They pick up a huge gain down to the 21, first down.
That's a hookup of 27 yards. Under 7 minutes to play. Third quarter, no score, but the Deer are driving. Handoff Bonus. Off guard left. Bulldogs trying to rip the ball away from Isaac Bonus, but to no avail. Bonus will gain 5 on the play.
Put a star next to that play by Berryhill, the biggest play of the ball game so far. The Porte defense had done an outstanding job up to that point.
5.5 minutes, the time of possession. The Deer have been the only team on offense thus far in the second half. Faced with second down, 6 yards to go on the Bulldogs 17. Back on the ground, Bonus. Bounces it back, hurdles, down to the 15-yard line. 2 more for Isaac Bonus. Seeing significant time. Number 3 running back on the depth chart, but more laundry on the field. Another flag down. Flag happy officiating crew working the 54th border battle.
It looks like it's a discussion on every penalty.
They want to make sure they get it right.
And another
personal foul, and it's on LaPorte.
Wow. It's going to be an automatic first down, half the distance to the goal.
This is now as deep as the Deer have been here tonight.
Which really, as we talked about at halftime, which team is going to make the minimal amount of mistakes? As you see on the far side, the Deer Park student section rising as one.
Trey Farmer is checked back in as the running back. Hand off to Farmer. Farmer straight ahead. Another flag is thrown as Farmer takes it down to the 2.
This looks like the NFL preseason. All those penalties that they were calling in the preseason, looks like this one is going to go against the Deer.
Well, you know what they say, you can throw a flag on virtually every play. Once again, the Deer will be forced to go backwards on penalties.
It's going to be a holding penalty. You see it in the backfield there. It looks like big 77 wrapped around the arms of the LaPorte defensive lineman, Ferguson.
The Deer penalized once in the entire first half for 13 yards. So far in their first possession of the third quarter, with over 6 minutes gone, they've been penalized twice for 25 yards in this series.
Yeah, as we mentioned, a raucous crowd here tonight. They're getting pumped up on the LaPorte side as well.
First and goal, ball on the 17. Thompson on the option, takes it down to the 15. Zach Bowen on the tackle, junior defensive end.
Yeah, nice read that time by Bowen, the defensive end, making the stop, reacting to the run by Thompson. Deer Deer Park has had the football the entire second half, approaching 7 minutes on this drive. 13th play of this drive coming up.
Second down and goal. Thompson fires on a slant, and Story cannot come up with it. Coverage by Devon White. It's 3rd and goal. Breaks a string of 4 straight completed passes thrown by Cameron Thompson.
Just led him just a little bit too much to the inside. Great effort by Story, just couldn't pull it in. 3rd and goal now from the 15, ball on the left hash. They went to Berryhill before on the big 3rd down completion. They got him into the red zone. He lines up top, now goes in motion.
On the rollout, Thompson. Looking, throws to the end zone, caught! Touchdown! It's the tight end, Duncan McVeigh.
First touchdown reception of the season for Duncan McVeigh, and it couldn't have come in a bigger moment. 3rd and goal at the 15 and a rollout, and they capitalize and the Deer fans go crazy.
15 yards on 3rd down. Thompson, his 5th touchdown pass of the season. The extra point is no good. That may come to play a little bit later on. 6-0 Deer. 4:34 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Find museum-quality art at affordable prices at the Crow's Nest Art Gallery. They are widely acclaimed as the top source in the Houston area for authentic Indian art. Whether you are looking for traditional artwork or contemporary and traditional jewelry, their selection has something for everyone. Their art gallery features an extensive collection of Native American jewelry and art. Stop by the gallery and see their selection or call 281-471-4371 for more information.
A look at the Deer Park crowd. Their Deer up 6-0 as we send you down to the sideline to Jeff Power.
We're here on the sidelines here with the LaPorte cheerleaders, and Paige Vasquez, one of the co-captain cheerleaders here. Tell me first of all about getting this crowd fired up so you can get your team back on the winning side.
Oh, well, it's just really fun because we do this thing with our drum line, and it's just really fun to get the student section involved and just have a really good time at the game.
You'll do a lot of community support, and you're really involved in a lot of different things. Tell us about that.
Yes, sir. We hold a food drive at our high school, and it's basically so the kids can come into a safe environment and trick-or-treat with the cheerleaders, and then we donate all the canned goods to a local food bank.
Madison Morrow, you're also a co-head cheerleader. How excited are you about just being out here and cheering on LaPorte?
I'm very excited. This is one of the best games that we ever attend. Like, it's the...
Kaylin Jackson, final thoughts? Y'all gonna come back and win, right?
Yes, we are.
Fire everybody up, right?
Yes, we need to fire everybody up so we can come back with the win.
All right, let's see. Back upstairs.
Britt Grant on 1st down carries the ball for 3 yards to the 33-yard line. Big drive for LaPorte results in a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. Deer Park coming out of the locker room. 13 plays, 75-yard drive. Took 7 minutes, 24 seconds off the clock. The 15-yard reception by McVeigh to get him into the end zone. They missed the extra point, so only up 6. 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd period.
That could come into play, especially if LaPorte are able to find the end zone in tonight's game. Britt Grant in motion. Upshaw on the play fake, carries it, tries to get to the edge. Flag down. What else is new? He's out of bounds at the 33-yard line, but likely this play is going to come back. And again, we mentioned it back in the first half regarding the penalties up front committed by the offensive line of the LaPorte Bulldogs. And you mentioned the speed and the size of the Deer really play into that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are so big, they're so fast and so quick. They really fight off the blocks very well, and really is problematic for the offensive lineman as they'll just reactively grab a jersey or, pull a face mask and get that 10-yard penalty.
That's
sometimes the referees are a little more liberal. Tonight they're not.
7 penalties now. Called on LaPorte, 78 yards. Upshaw will throw on 2nd down and long, and now he'll keep it with man-to-man coverage. He's got an opportunity for a 1st down and more. Upshaw to the 40, he's got the 1st down. Tackled from behind by Dylan Hansen. And that's a run of 22 yards.
Great recognition that time by Upshaw. As you mentioned, he noticed man-to-man coverage downfield. They did not have a spy on him, which left him a lot of green grass to run. And now we're back to live action.
Quick no huddle, and Grant carries into Deer territory for a 1st down. At least from this vantage point, it looks like a 1st down. They may need to measure, but nonetheless, it's going to be 2nd down and real short, or it's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bring the chains in from the far sideline.
Once again, Rick Grant pretty much held in check. Last week in the loss to the Woodlands, he only had 17 yards on 6 carries. So far, 11 rushes tonight, 28 yards for the senior Rick Grant. He's short. Clock stop with 3:37 left to play in the 3rd. First score coming from Deer Park, 15-yard hookup between Cameron Thompson and Duncan McVeigh here in the 3rd. Extra point by Andres Hernandez missed. LaPorte trying to answer it, 2nd down and inches. Tight end Dykstra lines up to the left side of the formation. Grant in motion. Give it to him on the sweep. Grant tries to turn to corner. He gets to the edge. Hard piece of running for Grant and a 1st down achieved. It was Robbie Burke leading the way from a defensive standpoint for the Deer. That was actually, instead of 24, that was number 34 on the run for LaPorte. David Terrebonne, the wide receiver, getting a carry.
Try to mix it up a little bit. Try to give Grant a little bit of a break as they're actually keying on him very much.
Terrebonne lines up to the top of your screen. James Jacobs, the fullback, checks into the lineup on 1st down and 10. Upshaw throws, and that one catch is made. The pass was short and low, but a good job by the fullback Jacobs to come away with the reception and get a meager 2 yards.
Yeah, good job by Jacobs coming out of the backfield, going down low to scoop that one off the ground. Makes the reception. Only a couple of yards, but it's 2nd down and 8.
5 straight completions for Upshaw. 4 different Bulldogs on the receiving end of Upshaw throws tonight. Look at the coaching staff and Jeff LaRoe, the head coach. On 2nd down, and Grant takes it down to the 42. Another 2 yards picked up on that run.
You see Bruton again, number 91, the right defensive end, stringing that play out, making another critical stop.
Grant
3rd down coming up.
And Grant slow to get up. Well, you mentioned when Jeff was down on the field and talking with Jeff LaRoe, injuries, I should say, became a topic. And hey, they've been hit with the injury bug so far tonight. Clay Calhoun was injured earlier. Tyler Boudreau came off hobbling, and now Britt Grant able to walk off under his own power, but he'll have to sit down at least one play.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see him back in the ball game.
With that, it sets up 3rd down and 5 for the Bulldogs from the Deer Park 41. Chris Green and Kevin Busby line up to the top. Terrebonne to the bottom of your screen on 3rd down and 5.
Soft coverage on the receivers.
Quick pass, left side, caught by Terrebonne, and he's out of bounds at the 31-yard line. On the coverage, Munoz, 10 yards on the hookup and a first down.
Good recognition again by Upshaw. The cornerback's playing soft coverage. You see, giving a 10-yard cushion on 3rd and 5. That's an easy throw and catch for the first down.
39 yards on 4 receptions for the senior David Terrebonne.
And that play is pretty much there all night. If they want a quick 5-yard gain, they can do that pretty much all night.
Busby in motion. It's a keeper, though. Upshaw stays on his feet, takes it down to the 15. A surge of 16 yards, Munoz on the tackle.
Well, they faked the jet sweep that time to Busby, and Thompson keeps it himself. Rumbles for 16, and again, Laporte in the red zone. They've been there a couple of times tonight. They've come up empty. We'll see if the third time's the charm.
Padgett actually doing the heavy lifting from a defensive standpoint on that play, but Munoz was there to finish him off. Handoff, Terrell Bernard, first carry of the night, gets it right back to the line of scrimmage. As again, we've mentioned it, it's been a theme. It's as much as Laporte continues to try to get to the edge, Deer Park defensively have done a spectacular job setting the edge and not allowing a lot of yards on the outside. Loss of a yard on the Bernard run.
Again, with Grant out of the lineup now on this possession, it makes things a little bit more challenging offensively in the play call.
Minute 13 and counting. Third quarter has gone by quickly. Both teams with just one possession in this frame. Shotgun for Upshaw. Upshaw pump faking. And we'll just take it out of bounds. Angled out by Blake Stevenson. He may have lost another couple of yards on that play. He's going to be spotted out at the 23.5-yard line.
Again, rolling to the right. He had a couple of receivers in play. Decided not to throw it up for grabs. Probably should have just thrown it away. Officially, that'll go down. Yeah, that'll go down as a sack, a loss of a couple. So now it's going to be 3rd and 13.
Got to get to the 5-yard line to continue this offensive series. Upshaw rolls to his right, throws, complete. On the other side, it is Green. Short of the first down. Substantially short of the first down. Taken out at the 12-yard line, 6-yard reception. Now a big decision here for Jeff Larone, his offensive coordinator, Rod Frick.
Remember, they had a 19-yard field goal blocked in the first half. They may factor into their decision here, as it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 6.
Bernard in motion. Flags. And Laporte say that the Deer jumped across. Still wouldn't give Laporte a first down, but would certainly make 4th down much more manageable. The question is, did they get the Deer to jump off? They certainly did. So now from 4th and 6, it's 4th and 1. Killer penalty, especially if the Bulldogs can convert.
Yeah, that's a huge penalty. Let's see who jumped. Looks like it was the right defensive tackle, big number 70. Got his hand caught in the cookie jar, Gregory Vincent. So now 4th and 1.
And now they're going to go for a field goal here instead. To cut the lead in half, Cesar Silva hit from 31 yards out last week against the Woodlands, and now a halt to the action.
That's a little surprising after they got the 5-yard penalty to line up for the field goal. Somewhat surprised.
This will be from 24 yards out. He got it. The lead is cut in half. 46 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's Deer Park 6, Laporte 3. Come on back for more of the 54th quarter battle in just a moment.
like most Texans, you're always on the go. Good thing First Community Credit Union's mobile app makes it easy to do my banking anywhere, anytime. I have Texans checking, even mobile deposits and text banking. Join me on the FCCU winning team. Go online today and experience a first-rate difference.
Be a part of the team. Sign up for Texans Checking today. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans and personal choice of Brian Cushing.
Thanks for all the savings with the discount double check. Gonna come in really handy with the baby.
You're all set. Let me make you a copy.
Ashley making copies, the Ashmeister.
Hi, Rich. This is Steve and Sandy.
Steve and Sandy and Steve-O Jr.
Actually, we're having a little girl. We're gonna name her Bigne Apollinaria.
Steve's kid. Steve and Sandy getting it done. More people-orama.
Making savings with a discount double check. State Farm.
(6-3) Deer Park. As Cesar Silva gets ready to kick it off. A little bobble, picking it up though, Martinez. Breaks a few tackles after an auspicious start. Takes it out to the 28-yard line, and what do you know? Yet another flag.
Well, Laporte finally gets on the board after a 9-play, 73-yard drive, took 3:49 off the clock. Cesar Silva with a 24-yard field goal cuts the lead in half. Deer Park still on top, 6-3. 42 seconds to go here in the third period.
Penalties have been a theme if you're just joining us, especially from the Laporte sideline. Penalized 7 times for 78 yards. The Deer only had 1 penalty for 13 yards back in the first half. They were penalized in their only series of the third quarter 3 times for 30 yards. Down to the field, here's Jeff Powell.
Hey, how big was that missed extra point on the other side by Deer Park? Every reason in the world why Cesar Silva goes out there and kicks a field goal. It's a 6-3 game right now, but they don't kick that field goal if that extra point was good on the other side. Back upstairs.
Indeed. No doubt.
You're absolutely right, Jeff. That extra point miss was huge. But how huge was that blocked field goal in the first half? This would be a tie ball game right now. So a lot of mistakes on both sides here tonight.
15-yard penalty called on the Deer. So now they're set up first down and 10, deep in their own end at the 14. Bonus is the running back. Nope, that was Farmer, but a great play fake. Thompson, right side, first down. Ran out of bounds by Devon White. Out to the 26-yard line, a gain of 12.
Park on the season, 4-0. As you see Thompson here on the zone read. Defensive end crashes down, so does the linebacker. He pulls it, makes the right read, picks up a nice gain for a first down.
36 seconds left here in the third quarter. 6-3 Deer. Waited close to 32 minutes for our first score of tonight's game. That's game time. Farmer off the left edge to the 32. Big 6-yard pickup on first down.
Big Trey Farmer taking that one down. That may be the last play of the third period.
And we have yet to see Sammy Linton in this second half. One has to wonder whether or not he is nursing an injury over on the Deer Park sideline.
Deer Park may try to get another one off.
Farmer. Again, attacking off tackle left. Short of the first down at the 35-yard line, a gain of 3. As we have come to the end of the third quarter, this 54th quarter battle. It's the Deer Park Deer 6, the LaPorte Bulldogs 3. Fourth quarter coming up right after this break.
That was quick.
This was you. You've been trying to get me to eat egg whites for years. You went and talked to McDonald's?
Oh, an egg white delight McMuffin.
Oh, I knew it.
The new Egg White Delight McMuffin. Freshly grilled egg whites and creamy white cheddar. Also available on any of your favorites. It's another new way to love McDonald's.
This is good.
Yeah, it's better than good.
Do you remember my latte?
Oh, yeah, but it's in the car.
That's good.
Back here at Bulldog Stadium. There we are, high atop.
Hi, everyone.
Ken Moore, Michael Silvers, 3/4 in the books, 6-3 Deer.
Yeah, interesting third quarter. Both teams scoring their first possession, the field goal by Laporte after the touchdown by McVay. The big extra point missed by Deer Park. We'll see how big a factor that is here in the fourth period.
Why did it take so long? Almost 32 minutes.
So many penalties, so many flags. It's just hard to overcome mistakes, especially when you're going against two good defenses. You can't make mistakes on offense. That's been the story of the night for both teams.
I mean, what else could you expect from a rivalry game? Sometimes it's high scoring, sometimes it's low scoring, but nonetheless, it's always exciting. Fourth quarter gets underway with a 3rd down and 2 for the Deer. Farmer lunges his way for a 1st down. He barely gets it short of the 38, around the 37.5-yard line. Yards hard to come by for Trey Farmer, 6 rushes, 21 yards, but the third down conversion of this second half for the Deer, and they move the chains.
Well, Farmer's that big bruising back that can wear you down late in the fourth period. And I think that's what the coaching staff has in mind right now, to try to use that big body to wear down this Laporte defense.
9th 1st down. And on this 1st down, nice play fake. Thompson rolls right, throws, and there was some contact, pass intended for Duncan McVay, no flag.
It looks like McVay may have just lost his balance. Busby in the on coverage, number 4. Those two have been going at it all evening.
Duncan McVay, you see him right there wearing a C, one of the captains of this Deer Park team.
You see the play fake here to roll right by Thompson. It looks like just may have gotten their feet tangled up, but
McVay comes from the lineage of the McVay family. His older brother Peyton played here not too long ago. 2nd down and 10. On the ground, it's Farmer. Farmer squirts through and picks up about 6. Got it out to the 44-yard line. About 3 Bulldogs converge to make the tackle. Early here in the fourth quarter, it's a big 3rd down.
A big play for this Laporte defense as they look to the sideline for the call. See what they come up with against this big front line of Deer Park.
Passmore checks in as a receiver to the bottom of your screen. Back on the ground once again. Farmer surges ahead for another Deer 1st down. Eric Kinzior on the tackle.
Again, they're feeding the beast right now. Trey Farmer. Deer Park looking to go 5-0.
And that is the 4th consecutive 3rd down conversion for Deer Park tonight. They are 5 of 10 in their 3rd down efficiency.
Last time they had a winning season, 2011, when they went 10-2. They've already won as many games this year as they did all of last season when they went 4-6.
Yeah, they finished 4-5-1. Story gets the pass and takes it into Bulldog territory for another Deer 1st down to the 39-yard line. That's 12 more yards on the hookup. Laporte last year were 5-6. Both teams reached the postseason, both with exits in the 1st round. The Deer to Pearland, the Bulldogs to Manville. Manville reached the Region 3 championship game and lost to Katy. Pearland reached Arlington and Cowboys Stadium and lost to the state champion Allen Eagles, ranked number 1 in the state. Right up the middle, Trey Farmer gashing this defense with hard running, takes it down to the 34.
Now you see that big offensive line starting to go to work against LaPorte. And again, this is only the second possession of the second half for Deer Park. They took the opening possession, 13 plays, 75 yards, kept the football for nearly 7.5 minutes. This drive began back at their own 14. This is the 8th play of this drive coming up.
Second down and 5. Thompson with the throw, complete. Berryhill. Second catch of the second half, close to the first down marker. Wrapped up by Vincent Chatchery.
You see Deer Park just mixing up the running game, the short passing game. Not looking for the big play. They just want to pick up good pieces of yardage to stay ahead of the chains, keep LaPorte defense on their heels. We're going to have a measurement as the chains will come in from the far side to see if they indeed picked up another first down. Next week for Deer Park, they will take on Port Arthur Memorial.
Memorial in action tonight, hosting Channelview. Channelview wrapped up their non-district schedule 4-0. Elsewhere tonight, North Shore at Beaumont Westbrook.
LaPorte will take on Baytown Sterling down in Baytown next week. Here's a first down.
That's the 12th of the night. Jeff LaRoe on his sideline. Him and his defensive coordinator, Buck Woolard, trying to find a recipe to stop this Deer attack. Farmer cuts it back and gets about 2. And this is just a draining drive on this LaPorte defense right now, especially if Deer Park can finish it, and it's taking off time on the clock.
Yeah, Chance Marino with the stop that time, the senior linebacker. As those linebackers start to creep a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. You see those big guys up front for Deer Park dominating the line of scrimmage right now. Combs, Miller, these guys helping dominate up front, along with Will Gilchrist, Austin Combs.
Deer Park will take a timeout here. Having trouble lining up. And so we will step aside. 8:21 remaining in LaPorte. This is the LSN Game of the Week.
Find museum-quality art at affordable prices at the Crow's Nest Art Gallery. They are widely acclaimed as the top source in the Houston area for authentic Indian art. Whether you are looking for traditional artwork or contemporary and traditional jewelry, their selection has something for everyone. Their art gallery features an extensive collection of Native American jewelry and art. Stop by the gallery and see their selection or call 281-471-4371 for more information.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Texas Stress Incorporated, by Boats Etc., the ultimate boating experience, by Sullivan Wire Rope and Rigging Incorporated, and by ESI, Employee Staffing Incorporated. With Jeff Power on the field, Ken Moore up in the booth, I'm Michael Silvers, and our entire crew, our producer Scott Sullivan, our director Matt Broussard, and our entire technical team. Welcome to Bulldog Stadium in LaPorte. 8:23 remaining in the fourth quarter, 6-3 Deer, and they're driving. Second down and 7 from the Bulldog 26. Farmer, this time he is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Mike, one thing that timeout may have done for Deer Park is allow LaPorte to catch their breath, regain their composure. They come up with the big second down stop. Now they force Deer Park into a 3rd and long situation.
Another big tackle by Eric Kenzior. 3rd down and 6 from the 25.
Warm, humid night. Those big bodies up front start to wear down.
Thompson throws on a slant. It's incomplete. He was looking for Justin Passmore on the coverage. Devon White. It is 4th down.
Great play by White coming up to make the stop. They've seen that slant pattern over and over again. This time White jumps the route, gets there just as the football arrives. Excellent defensive play.
Deer Park 4-0. Will they escape Bulldog Stadium 5-0 and get an early leg up in District 21 6A? They're going to go for it on 4th down and 6.
Well, if they try to field goal, it would be from 42 yards out.
They'll scrimmage from the Bulldog 25. Farmer in as the running back. Barry Hill to the top of your screen. And a timeout.
Wow.
And again, it is taken by Chris Massey and the Deer Park Deer. That is their second here in the second half.
Well, that again gives the LaPorte defense a chance to regroup, get a second win, even a third win, if you will, to try to come up with another big play here on 4th down.
Well, we were scoreless at intermission. First half was a tale of turnovers for Deer Park and penalties for LaPorte. Here in the second half, the scoring started in the 3rd quarter. A 7-minute, 24-second drive capped off on 3rd down and goal from the 15 with a 15-yard touchdown pass from Cameron Thompson to Duncan McVeigh. Extra point was missed by Andres Hernandez, 6-0 Deer. And then a 3-minute, 49-second drive capped off by a 24-yard field goal by Cesar Silva, cutting the lead in half. That capped off a 9-play, 73-yard drive for LaPorte. And that is where we stand with 7:42 left to play here in this 54th border battle between Deer Park and LaPorte.
Well, this is the next biggest play of the ball game as the faithful here on the home side rise as one to try to be a force here, a 12th man here on 4th down.
From the pistol, it's 4th and 6. Pump fake. Thompson throws towards the end zone, and it is caught. No, dropped. Barry Hill, the target. It looked like he had it. Double coverage supplied by Devon White and by Lane Pfeiffer. It's a turnover on downs, a huge defensive stop for the Bulldogs.
Wow, what a battle for the football over in the far corner. Play fake, great throw by Thompson going for his main target, Barry Hill. He has it for a moment, and it's ripped away at the final moment by number 21, Devon White. Excellent play by White, excellent look by our camera crew as he rips it away at the final minute.
Bulldogs take over. Pass almost intercepted. It was intended for Terrebonne, knocked away by Benavides. Quickly 2nd down for the Bulldogs. That stops a completion percentage, or excuse me, that stops Upshaw at 7 straight completed passes.
If you're LaPorte, you don't want to get away from what you've been successful at. Now they are operating without Britt Grant, their Liddy ground gainer right now. In at tailback is James Jacobs.
Upshaw complete. Far side of the field, Nathan Red hauls it in. Tackled at the 31-yard line, a pass play of 6 yards. Benavides in on the coverage and the tackle.
3rd down and a long 4 coming up for Austin Upshaw and company. 5 wide receivers.
Upshaw now 11 of 16, 82 yards. He has 50 yards on the ground. 3rd down and 4. Clock rolling inside 7 minutes to play. Quick pass, and Red didn't turn around fast enough. Coverage by Dylan Hansen. Pass falls incomplete. 4th down, and the Bulldogs will be forced to kick.
Wow. LaPorte did not need the defense did not need that. A quick 3 and out. The defense is going to have to come right back on the field. Just under 7 minutes to go.
First bunt for either team here in the in the second half. There was 6 total punts, and we've got motion. Or do we? There's no flag throw. This ball is going to roll all the way down into LaPorte territory. And we head back down onto the field to Jeff Power.
Clayton Calhoun in street clothes here behind me won't be returning to the game. Wears number 74, right ankle injury, and this is the time where they could really use him in a 6-3 ball game. LaPorte needing some defense right here. Let's go back upstairs.
Thank you very, very much, Jeff. 42-yard punt by Job, and the Deer will be pinned back to their own 23-yard line. This is now ready-made for the Deer and their style of offense. Try to grind it out, take off time on the clock, and get out of Bulldog Stadium with a victory. 6:37 remaining.
Oh, my.
Keeper for Thompson. That was Bonus, who was blown up off the play fake. And a loss of 3 results in all of that as Thompson loses yardage.
Wow, watch Ferguson shoot the gap. Luckily for Thompson, he pulled the rock. That may have resulted in a fumble if he would have given it to the tailback. Nevertheless, it's a loss on the play of 2. Second down and 12.
And the sophomore Terrell Bernard in on the tackle of the quarterback. 2nd and 12, ball on the 20. Thompson on the rollout. Throws on the run, it's intercepted! It's Devon White who takes it inside the 25, down inside the 20. Second interception thrown by Thompson tonight. And the Bulldogs get it back as their defense come up huge.
Wow, one of the rare mistakes by Thompson tonight. His second interception couldn't have come at a worse time. And what a second half by White. He broke up the touchdown earlier. This time he picks it off, sets up his Bulldog offense inside the red zone, trailing by 3 with 5:45 to go in the 4th. What a ball game at Bulldog Stadium.
Handoff. Nathan Red coughs up the football. Did the Deer just get it back?
I believe they did.
They certainly did.
What a hit. What a game. What a rivalry.
This is just unreal.
The big hit laid by number 19. That was Seth Brown on the hit. Wow. And just like that, the Deer get it back with 5:36 to go.
Just mentioning, or I was about to mention, talking with Chris Massey down on the field in respect to last week's 13 for 13 performance by his quarterback. When you look at it film, he was perfect. He says it's decision making. It's recognizing when players are open down the field. It's recognizing when a 4-yard gain is actually a good positive gain. Opportunity once again for Cameron Thompson to atone himself. And he bobbles the snap, has to take it himself on the busted play. Chatchery on the tackle and flags. May have got him by the face mask.
Well, LaPorte has really killed themselves with penalties. And now the turnover factor has crept in on their side as well. And if this is a 15-yard face mask, that's going to be huge.
Face mask on the Bulldogs. And their penalties tonight, Ken, have not been of the ordinary 5-yard variety.
No, they have not.
In fact, they have not committed but one penalty that went for less than double digits, and that's because it was a penalty half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, they've had some majors here tonight.
8 penalties, 93 yards committed by the Bulldogs tonight. That sets up the Deer with first down and 10 from their own 36. Farmer tries to take it off tackle right, stop for a yard on his run.
Bulldogs with 2 timeouts remaining, Deer Park with 1. As we approach the 5-minute mark here in the 4th.
Xavier Henry on that tackle. 2nd and 9.
Next up for the Bulldogs, they will match up with undefeated Baytown Sterling, who are sitting idle this week on this opening weekend of District 21 6A play. 2nd down and 9. Keep it on the ground with Farmer. Stacked up as he reaches the 40-yard line.
They've pretty much gone exclusively with Farmer here in the 4th period, the big bruising fullback. Ball control, hard to bring down, always leaning forward. This is going to be a 3rd and 6.
First down marker is positioned at the 46-yard line. Time coming off the clock, just like Deer Park like it, especially when they're protecting a lead. And they have a 3-point edge as the clock stops for a moment due to the officials. And Denos Ferguson, you saw him just essentially hands on his knees, doubled over. It's been that type of night. Hard fought. What else could you expect from a rivalry game? Pistol formation, Thompson on the play action. He's in trouble. He's improvising. Lofts one, and it's dropped. Intended for Chris Story. He should have had it and would have been a first down. However, the Bulldogs come away with the defensive stop and will get the ball back as the Deer will punt it away.
A dangerous throw again that time by Thompson, but he was able to get it to Story. Couldn't bring it down. Take a look at it here. Good pressure that time by Laporte. Good coverage in the secondary. Thompson just looking for somewhere to go with the football. Story breaks free. Couldn't come down with it.
Britt Grant normally back to field kicks. That one almost blocked.
Wow.
Terrebonne takes his spot. He's going to let it bounce, scoop it up on the fly.
I think that may have gone through the arms of big number 63.
46 yards on the punt by McCray. Keep in mind.
I don't know how Ferguson didn't get that block.
Right, and keep in mind, folks, all Laporte need is to get into field goal range. They trail by 3. They have 3 minutes and 42 seconds to work with, and they'll begin this possession from their own 14-yard line.
They got a long ways to go against that Deer defense. They'll open up with 3 wide receivers, 1 tailback.
Upshaw on first down, throws on the run, out of the reach of a diving David Terrebonne. Actually, check that, that's not Terrebonne. In fact, that's Noah Parmley. Paget on the coverage.
Looks like he's shaken up over on the sideline.
Terrebonne from the
yeah.
So now you don't have Britt Grant. Terrebonne is out of the lineup momentarily.
Wow.
At least for the time being.
Those are your 2 big playmakers.
2nd down and 10. Upshaw tries to put the offense on his back. Throws on the run. Complete. No, dropped. Off the contact. He went towards Parmley again. And it was Seth Brown there to make the contact and jar the ball loose. 3rd down.
Big time hit by Seth Brown to jar the football loose. Looked like Parmley was going to have it for a first down, but watch the hit. Boom, right in the rib area.
This is the 12th 3rd down of the night for the LaPorte Bulldogs. They are 3 for 11. My mistake, they are 4 for 11. And on 3rd, Upshaw retains his balance and throws it away. Now it's 4th down. We're going to have to send the punt team back out. Another 3 and out forced by the Deer defense. 4 straight incomplete passes thrown by Austin Upshaw.
Deer Park defense coming up big, laying big hits to separate ball from receiver.
Seth Brown stands at the midfield stripe. He's muffed 1 putt already tonight. One of the takeaways by the LaPorte Bulldogs tonight. 4 turnovers by the Deer. And not the best of punts. It'll go out of bounds at the Bulldog 43. It's the 29-yard punt. 3:18 remaining, 6-3 Deer.
Thanks for all the savings with the discount double check. Gonna come in really handy with the baby.
You're all set. Let me make you a copy.
Ashley making copies, the Ashmeister.
Hi, Rich. This is Steve and Sandy.
Steve and Sandy and Steve-O Jr.
Actually, we're having a little girl. We're gonna name her Bigney Apollinaria.
Steve's kid. Steve and Sandy getting it done. More people-orama.
Making savings with a discount double check. State Farm.
First down and 10 as the Deer take over. Handoff, bonus. Bulldogs trying to strip him of the football. Unsuccessful. Bonus takes it down to the 39. That's a run of 4 yards on first down.
Well, this is game-winning time right now for the Deer Park offense. A couple of first downs. They can put this one away. For the first time tonight, they begin a possession in LaPorte territory after the inauspicious punt on that last possession.
New back in the game, Dreher Callis. The fullback gets a carry. His first touch of the night takes it to the 35. Another big third down forthcoming.
Got a timeout by LaPorte. That's their second timeout. They have one remaining. See the LaPortes.
Tonight's 54th Border Battle is being brought to you in part by the Walk-Up Company, Metal Fabricators. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by Mr. Electric, expert electrical service. Call them today, 281-919-2130. Well, it's down to the nitty-gritty. It's probably been that way for the bulk of the second half. 6-3 Deer, faced with third down and 3. This could very well make or break tonight's game.
Yeah, and I think you're probably in two-down territory if you're Deer Park, if you don't lose any yardage on this play, and if you don't pick up the first down. If you get to a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 situation, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for it and try to go ahead and put this game on ice.
13th third down tonight for the Deer. They're 5 of 12 on third down efficiency tonight. 3rd and 3. Barry Hill in motion. Back to Callis. And he will rumble. But very short of the first down. Tried to turn his back to the Bulldog defense. Just push his way back. And now the Bulldogs will take their final timeout, which will stop the clock with 2:21 to go. And it's 4th down. And you're looking at about 2.5 yards for the Deer should they want to go for it.
Yeah, decision time here for Coach Massey. You have a couple of options here where he could either try a pooch punt to try to pin him deep, or he could just go ahead and turn it over on downs. Let's go down to Jeff and see what he has going on. Jeff.
If LaPorte gets the ball back offensively, they're going to be without Britt Grant, number 24, hurt his knee. He was planting his right knee and got hit right on the kneecap. He's on the sidelines now, too. So that's 2 key players for LaPorte who are out. They need a defensive stand right here on 4th down just to have a chance to win this game down 6-3. Back upstairs.
And we're looking down here from the booth at the sideline of the LaPorte Bulldogs, and Britt Grant sitting on one of the benches with the medical staff. 2:21 remaining.
And again, we talked about the options for Deer Park here. They could try to pooch punt. They could just try to line up and try to go for it. Or they may try to draw them off sides.
The Deer do have a timeout to work with in case they do try to draw the Bulldogs offside and are unsuccessful in their attempt. Callis in motion. Handoff, bonus. He didn't get it. He did not get it.
Well, we have a turnover,
on downs. One last chance for the LaPorte Bulldogs here at home tonight. Trailing 6-3, all they need is a field goal to tie it up and perhaps send this game to overtime. Of course, getting into the end zone pretty much seals the deal.
Well, they're 66 yards away from the end zone. Tonight for Silva, he had a 19-yard field goal blocked in the second period. He connected on a 24-yarder in the third period.
A depleted offense. No Clay Calhoun, the left tackle. No starting running back Britt Grant, both injured in tonight's game. Upshaw on first down. Fires over the middle, it's Terrebonne! Inside the 40-yard line. Tripped up, perhaps saving the touchdown, Salo Munoz.
30 yards on the pass play. Terrebonne on the post route across the middle. 1st and 10.
69 yards on 5 receptions for David Terrebonne. Upshaw fires, complete. That's Red. He breaks a tackle. Gets stood up very close to first down yardage. He is right at the marker.
Ball security is critical for LaPorte on this drive. Deer Park is laying the lumber after the receivers catch these balls. They have to hold on to the pigskin.
2nd down and a yard after the 9-yard reception by Nathan Red. Clock stopped, 2:02 to play. 2nd and inches for the Bulldogs. Red in motion, the play fake, keeper for Upshaw. And he will squirt free to the 25, picking up 2 yards and another Bulldog first down.
Interesting how they're playing Terrebonne over here to the near side. One-on-one coverage. The defender, Munoz, is giving him about a 10-yard cushion.
Upshaw on first down, throws, complete. Chris Green. Down inside the 20. Reception of 8 yards.
Both receivers getting a lot of respect from the Deer Park secondary.
Hurry up offense employed by the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 2. Upshaw, quick pass, complete. Inside the 10. Hauled in by Terrell Bernard.
This time he goes to the slot receiver, just a little hitch route, drilled by the linebacker, but he holds on to it. 1st and goal.
Upshaw on the keeper. Straight ahead down to the 4. Tackled on the play by junior defensive tackle Gregory Vincent.
You wonder when Deer Park may burn their final timeout, maybe to try to give their defense a blow.
Inside the final minute here at Bulldog Stadium.
Everyone on their feet, not a soul sitting down.
Eric Kinzior checks into the lineup, confused on where he needs to line up. The Bulldogs do not have timeouts. Play clock down to 12. Upshaw hands it off, straight ahead. No signal yet on the run by Bernard. He is down just short of the goal line.
Not a problem for LaPorte. They don't have any timeouts. It's 3rd and 1.
Upshaw under center for the first time. Handoff to the fullback, touchdown! Jacobs has given the Bulldogs a 3-point lead. Well, Jacobs with the block, but it was Bernard who took it in from 1 yard.
Terrell Bernard in for the injured Britt Grant. 1-yard touchdown run on 3rd down. If he doesn't score, they probably lose the game because they have no timeouts remaining.
The extra point, Silva tacks it on to give the Bulldogs a 10-6 lead.
What a drive by Laporte. 8 plays, 66 yards, 2 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock. Terrell Bernard gets into the end zone. The sophomore running back on 3rd and 1 just gets in. And Laporte looking to snap Deer Park's unbeaten record. They are 12 seconds away.
The chant of LP. 12 seconds remaining here at Bulldog Stadium. This is what a rivalry game is all about.
What a 4th quarter this has been. Deer Park came into the quarter with a 6-3 lead. Laporte.
Okay, so I was right. I checked that. I was right. Jacobs got the touchdown. The way everybody was celebrating, it looked like it was Bernard. But James Jacobs did get
22 Jacobs.
That's what I originally thought, and I second-guessed myself, and I shouldn't have done that. James Jacobs, his first rushing touchdown of the season, could very well have just given the LaPorte Bulldogs the victory here tonight. Script kick. Seven seconds to go as taking a ride down to the field, Tommy Mesa. One last chance for the Deer Park Deer. All or nothing on this final play of the 54th border battle.
Well, if you're Laporte, you just need to line up about 5 or 6 guys back on the other side of the 50.
Four receivers for the Deer.
These defensive backs are playing way too close, in my opinion.
Thompson trying to get all the mustard behind that he can. Incomplete. The game is over, and the border battle for 2014 goes to the LaPorte Bulldogs. What an unbelievable finish in LaPorte, Texas tonight.
Wow. This is what Friday Night Lights is all about in the great state of Texas. Two rivals going at it tooth and nail the entire night. And it comes down to basically the final play of the game. And LaPorte capitalizes, gets it into the end zone, and they survive with a 10-6 victory.
A shake of the hands between two fabulous coaches, Chris Massey of the Deer Park Deer, Jeff LaRoe of the LaPorte Bulldogs. LaPorte now lead the all-time series 28-25-1. Down to Jeff Power.
We're here with Terrell Bernard, winning touchdown. You know, this game has never been settled by more than a touchdown in the last 5 years, and this is very fitting. It would go down to practically the last play. Talk about that touchdown run and what it means for LaPorte to win 10-6.
Well, I mean, it's just a blessing. I'm grateful that our coaches gave us a chance to get out here and get this W, man. I'm just thankful for everybody and thankful for my team.
How about your defense making a stand on the other side and giving the offense a chance to make a play?
Well, that's what LaPorte's all about, dark side defense, and we showed up today.
Tell me about your offense and just that gut check late in the game. Y'all get a turnover, and then you turn the ball back over, but you find a way to get it back and you make a key play. What does it mean for this community? And talk about the support here in LaPorte.
Well, it's a great W, man. It's a great win. The community is always behind us, man. We just want to say thank you to everybody.
Coming back from a 49-3 loss last week against the Woodlands, this is a statement game for you guys to beat your rivals, Deer Park.
Yes, sir, it is. We wanted to prove everybody in our district that we're real.
Turnell Bernard, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Go
Thank
celebrate.
Yes, sir.
Back upstairs.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff, in just a fabulous way. The game was scoreless after the half. What happened?
Mayhem happened here in the fourth quarter. 6-3 ball game going into the fourth. Turnovers. LaPorte comes up with the big turnover in Deer Park's end of the field. Looks like they're going to go in and score. Deer Park comes back with a big hit, gets a fumble recovery, and then LaPorte comes up with the big defensive stand. They go on a 66-yard drive, capitalize with the touchdown with 12 seconds to go. What can you say?
And you have to wonder if you're a LaPorte Bulldog fan, where was this type of offensive productivity throughout the entire game, not just the last series? I guess they saved the best for last.
Well, they did have some good offense throughout the game. What happened is penalties happened as well as turnovers. They had a ton of penalties in this game that killed drives, but they were able to play error-free on that last possession, allowing them to get the winning score.
And you have to feel bad for the Deer Park Deer. Boy, did they play well just to see it sort of evaporate at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. They fall to 4-1 on the season, but it's the early part of district play, first district game for both teams. Long way to go, but a big win here for the Bulldogs tonight at home.
It's just a fabulous game again. The intensity, it was there the entire way. Standing room only crowd. 3 hours it took for this game to sell out, and boy, were the fans on both sides here at Bulldog Stadium thoroughly pleased. Maybe not for the result in favor of, from the Deer Park standpoint, but as a fan of football, you had to love what happened tonight.
Very competitive game, very electric atmosphere at the stadium tonight, almost like a playoff-type ball game here tonight between these two teams. But what do you expect between these two teams? They went to overtime last year. Deer Park came out on top. LaPorte this time able to get the nail in the hammer this time and get the victory.
We talked about it at the top of our broadcast. The LaPorte Bulldogs lost to the Woodlands Highlanders 49-3 last week to close non-district up. We said they were eager to get back in the win column. They had to forget about last week. They did, and they didn't come from behind fashion tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw a lot of resolve, a lot of resiliency from this ball club tonight. They didn't get down, even once they got down 6-zip in the ball game. They came back, was able to get the field goal to cut it in half. They got the big missed extra point, which played a critical factor in this ball game as well. And they were just able to rally the troops, put it all together with a week of preparation, and show the type of ball club that we expect to see in 2014.
If you're Chris Massey, you wonder what you got to tell your kids to cheer them up after losing so late in the fourth quarter like they did here tonight. 10-6 the final. The LaPorte Bulldogs take the 54th border battle here at home in LaPorte, Texas. For our entire crew, Jeff Power on the field, Ken Moore in the booth, Michael Silver saying so long until next time. This has been a presentation of the Legacy Sports Network.
That was quick.
This was you. You've been trying to get me to eat egg whites for years. You went and talked to McDonald's?
Oh, an egg white delight McMuffin.
Oh, I knew it.
The new Egg White Delight McMuffin. Freshly grilled egg whites and creamy white cheddar. Also available on any of your favorites. It's another new way to love McDonald's.
This is good.
Yeah, it's better than good.
Do you remember my latte?
Oh, yeah, but it's in the car.
That's good.
If you're anything like most Texans, you're always on the go. Good thing First Community Credit Union's mobile app